Coming up on this week's news, concern over neutral current diversions is taking on national importance this week as the risks are raised in Parliament. Electricians are asked to be on the lookout for a huge quantity of stolen cables, and the government introduces its long-awaited tool theft law. But does it fall short of what the trade needs? Welcome to Electrical News Weekly in association with the Electric Heating Company, whether you're listening in the van, on site or down at the wholesale counter. I'm Joe Robinson, and I've been through the best of the electrical industry news to save you the trouble. And as always, if you think you've spotted the two words that I've been challenged to slip into this week's show, comment with them below for the chance to win a prize. The rising risks of neutral current diversions have hit national importance as the issue is raised in Parliament. Concern has been mounting in the industry this year over this serious network fault thanks to a campaign by Engineering and Technology magazine. An NCD can occur on a network when the combined protective earthing in neutral or PEN conductor fails. The current is then diverted by making a circuit via exposed metalwork on the building. These can include the gas, water and oil pipes. If there's a significant buildup of heat, then this can be followed by fires and gas explosions. PEN conductors are particularly vulnerable to damage, corrosion and wear and tear across an ageing protective multiple earthing network. Experts say that given the huge projected rise in load on the network, incidents are expected to multiply. Engineering and Technology magazine has reported that the number of broken PEN conductors has increased by more than 8 times since 2005. One broken PEN incident may affect around 50 properties, meaning tens of thousands of properties could be affected each year in the UK. Former engineer Lord Rucker told the House of Lords that electricity could flow through gas meters during these faults. He said that NCDs were causing gas explosions and that gas meters were not designed to carry electricity. If a current is diverted and it creates heat due to the resistance of the meter, an explosion can follow. He told the chamber that when engineers are changing gas meters, they attach jump leads between pipes because neutral current diversions are so prevalent and sparks can be created. He revealed that a house in King's Standing, Birmingham, was destroyed in such an explosion last year. He gave another example of a coat that caught fire after it dropped onto a gas meter. A probe revealed that there was a 35 amp current flowing through the metal gas service pipe. It affected 72 houses, but there was nothing whatsoever to alert an electrician about the problem. No flickering lights, nothing. He said the approach of the Health and Safety Executive has been described as nothing to see, move on. Lord Rucker then told the House of Lords about the wider issue of electrical testing and specifically his concern that the Grenfell Tower disaster could have been caused by an electrical problem. He said an analysis of the certificates of the fixed wiring installations shows inconsistencies, dangerous oversights and a failure to comply with the wiring regs. The certificates show that proper testing was not taking place. Indeed, there was a substandard level of testing of the hard wiring. Lord Rucker has gone through all the electrical certificates relating to Grenfell and they reveal that 38 of the 120 flats in the building had electrical installations put into service without residual current device testing. He told the Lords that experts say that it is quite clear that the testing was not done correctly at Grenfell. This was a result of a race to the bottom during a price war started by the introduction of the electrical safety standards in the private rented sector. He said the scheme, which is about to be rolled out to the social rented sector, appears to be not fit for purpose. He believes it's open to price cutting, abuse and incompetence and should be remodelled to the same standards as gas testing. The Health and Safety Executive is yet to comment on Lord Rucker's concerns. Meanwhile, over in the House of Commons, the tool theft bill has hit the statute books after the King approved it. It's officially known as the Equipment Theft Prevention Act. It's designed to cut the high number of stolen work kit in the UK. It allows the government to bring in rules to limit the sale of certain equipment such as power tools. It can force manufacturers to include anti-theft devices and identification markings. And sellers of such equipment could be ordered to record the name and address of buyers, the make and model of the equipment, date of sale and the unique identifier. Critics point out that the law doesn't have any restrictions on the sale of second-hand tools. They say that this is where tool thieves make their money. The criminals targeting the electrical trade had a major success this week after they made off with £30,000 worth of electric cable in the Republic of Ireland. They stole a silver Clydesdale trailer carrying the cable drums from a college in Dundalk. The Irish police are appealing for witnesses. They are also asking that electrical contractors in both Ireland and the UK come forward if they are offered cable in unusual circumstances. In other news, it's been announced the electrical contractors dropping off waste materials at their wholesaler no longer need any paperwork. Previously, you had to have a form called a waste transfer note. The Environment Agency says that although technically it is still required under the law, it will no longer enforce it. The change only applies to England, and you can only drop off stuff that arises from your work, such as used distribution boards, lamps, lighting, conduit and cable. Nigel Harvey, head of the lighting recycler Ricolite, welcomed what he termed a pragmatic approach to the issue of waste. Turning to our eFIXX survey this week, we asked you if you've ever received an electric shock. And it turns out that a stonking 91% have had a jolt at some time in your life, but not necessarily on the tools. Many of you got a blast of electric current when you were an inquisitive child poking your fingers where they shouldn't have gone. A few of you actually cut through live cables, and a surprising number got shocks from capacitors which retained their charge when the equipment was turned off. And friend of the show from the sunny Costa del Watford, Sergio Fernandez, claims to have got an electric shock when he saw the price of BS7671. What a transgressive bunch you are. In product news, a new app for tradespeople has been unveiled. Yepic is a way of recording, organising and managing multiple jobs. It also automatically sorts photographs of each project into albums, so no more scrolling through your phone. It uses your phone's location to automatically create timesheets, and you can add tasks to each job to keep track of what needs to be done. There's both a free and a premium version with more functionality. Ideal Industries has launched the latest addition to its push-in range of wire connectors. It's a 3-port push-in connector capable of handling up to 6mm squared cable, and it's rated at a chunky 41 amps. The American-made product is tested to UK and EU standards. It's transparent to allow you to see the connections, and there's a dedicated test port to check continuity. And finally, the news that one of our own has achieved global success. Yes, a fellow UK electrician has triumphed in the World Black Pudding Throwing Championships. Stu Pearson brought honour to the trade after he was crowned champion at the finals in Bury, Lancashire. He managed to knock Yorkshire puddings off a 20-foot plinth with a well-aimed black pudding in a quirky tradition inspired by the War of the Roses. Wouldn't get involved with that myself, but if it was a camembert flinging competition, then sign me up. And on that soft and gooey bombshell, before we get to your favourite bit of the show where I reveal last week's challenge words and winners, we want to thank our premium partners. We couldn't make the news without you. First up, they're the people who've created the Swiss Army knife of solar inverters along with all-weather batteries. Very much the Boy Scouts of the solar industry. It's Sunsync. Up next, for all your circuit protection needs, they're like having an Italian star striker in your Premiership team. It's Ludum Palazzoli. And for the ultimate experience in wireless sound and home cinema, with their most powerful portable speaker yet, it's the home of the Rome Sonos. The best thing to come out of Yorkshire since stainless steel, it's Doncaster Cables, the home of EV Ultra and other groundbreaking and quality cables. And to fix all that gear together and to surfaces, you need fasteners that would win a gold medal. It's Olympic Fixings. Celebrating their 100th anniversary of literally creating connections in the electrical industry this year, rising from the flames like some kind of mythological avian, it's Phoenix Contact. And finally, celebrating their 60th anniversary this year with an incredible range of equipment from EV charge points through industrial sockets and switches to kit for explosive areas, plus they supplied the gear for a Campari factory, so they'll always have a place in my heart. It's Scami. Big thanks to you all. We really appreciate your ongoing support for the news. If you think you know the words that I've smuggled into this week's show, pop your guess into the comments and we'll dig out a goodie bag prize to the first to get the right answers. Last week's words were ragamuffin and surrealist, and no one, not one single person, got both. To be fair, I did lob in a few red herrings last week, and apparently it all proved a bit too much for you. However, because I'm such a nice bloke, I'm going to award the prize to the first person to get one of them right, and that was MS Electrical 6479. So well done to you. Make sure you click the link in the description to claim your prize. Thanks for listening to this episode of Electrical News Weekly in association with the Electric Heating Company. Make sure you subscribe to receive the next update. Thanks for listening, and until next time, have a great week. Stay safe out there, and remember, there's no such thing as a torque calibrated arm.